Hey everybody, Johnny Walker here, and today I'm going to show you how to create both a custom and a Google virtual tour in less than 10 minutes. Now there's no shortage of virtual tour softwares on the market today, and each of them have different functionalities and they all have their own merits, so I don't want to claim that any one software is necessarily better than any other, but depending on where you are in your virtual tour journey, certain ones offer features that may benefit you more than others and can help you with speed and efficiency so you can create more tours faster. After doing a deep dive into just about everything on the market, I personally have been using Cloudpano for about a year now. Now I work mostly with local businesses, but if you're looking to do tours for real estate, event venues, educational institutions like colleges or private schools, it definitely fits the bill for those types of things as well. Now, if you're doing tours for anyone who has a Google listing, this video might be of particular interest to you. But before we jump into the software, let me quickly explain why I ended up using Cloudpano to see if it might be a good fit for you. First off, I wanted a virtual tour software to be simple and easy to use. So many of the softwares on the market have pretty clunky workflows and cluttered interfaces, and personally, if I'm going to be using a software a lot, I want it to both look good on the inside and also not be confusing or frustrating to use. So when I saw Cloudpano's interface, I knew it was going to be pretty easy, pretty pleasant to use, so that was the first thing that really grabbed my attention. Second, I wanted unlimited tours without having to worry about any sort of complicated hosting fees or any limits on the amount of tours that I could create a month. And Cloudpano makes that pretty easy by basically just charging one flat monthly fee and letting you do everything that the software has to offer in a pretty much unlimited fashion. Lastly, and probably most importantly, I wanted to have the ability to create both custom tours that clients could embed on a website or share on social media, as well as be able to publish that same tour to Google. Now, if you're doing virtual tours for businesses, I think it's an absolute must because it adds a tremendous amount of value to businesses because you're able to double the marketing output of every tour that you create by not only giving them a custom branded tour that they can use on their website, but you're also helping them get found on Google through the SEO boost that they get from adding a tour to their Google business profile. Now, if you want to learn about all of the different features Cloudpano has, you can check out their website in the link below. Yes, that is an affiliate link, but they aren't paying me to say any of these things, and I really highly recommend doing your own thorough research before taking anyone's advice on the internet so you can actually find out what really works best for your needs. Now, I do say go check out the website so you can see all of their features because in this video, I just want to show you how quickly and easily you can make tours and get them live on the internet. And if you're more curious, you can also check out their YouTube channel where their founder has made a bunch of short videos explaining just about every single feature that exists on the platform. Now, if you're still around, you probably want to see if what I'm saying is true. So let's go ahead and hop in the software. All right, so when you log into the dashboard, you'll see that it's pretty straightforward. They make it pretty obvious how to make a new tour. Do that by simply pressing the giant Create a Tour button right here. And once you click on that, it's gonna prompt you to name the tour. Today, we'll just call that Test. So once you name your tour, it's gonna ask you to upload your 360 photos. In this video, I'm assuming that you have already taken and edited your photos. If you need to learn more about that, there's tons of stuff on YouTube, really great content that exists out there. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just gonna show you how to use the actual software and build in the software. So you can navigate into your folders to wherever you had to put your photographs, and then you can just click all of the ones that you want to import, and then you can simply drag them over top of this section here. And then you'll see that it automatically starts creating your tour for you. And once you got your photos in, you are pretty much ready to go. You'll see on the right-hand side here that you can interact with the actual photos. And then over here is your editing menu. And you'll see that you've got all the photos that you imported stacked on top of each other over here. If for whatever reason you didn't order them prior to importing, which I highly recommend, you can just click and drag and put them in whatever logical order makes sense to you as you're building out your tour. You can also rename them right here if you'd like to do that as well, so it doesn't have whatever file name that you had in there before. So now that you have a basic orientation, we can kind of start building. And the first thing you might notice is that this is in a direction that you might not want it to be facing when the tour starts. So you can simply drag around the photo here, and then you can go down here and you can click on Set Initial View. And what that's going to do is that's just going to allow when somebody starts the tour that this is going to be the view that they see instead of looking off to the side like that. Next, you'll want to link your photos together, and you can do that by clicking down here on Link Hotspot. And pretty easy, you just click wherever you want on the screen for that hotspot to appear, and then a menu will pop up over here, and that will allow you to change the actual style of the image that you click on over here. You can change the scale and some other features over here, but most importantly, you want to be able to connect that to your other photos. And you can do that by selecting which photo you want this particular hotspot to connect to. And right here, we'll click on this just so that it goes on the very inside of this door right here. And you can also click on Enable Automatic Link Back Generation, and that will create another hotspot on the second photo that you're linking to back to this photo, so you don't have to just repeat that process over and over again. And then once you select everything that you're looking for, then you can hit Save Hotspot. And now you can preview what that hotspot does by clicking this little rocket right here. So now we're on the inside. As you can see, again, it's facing in a direction we might not want it to, so you can just drag that photo around, set it to the view that you'd like, and then hit Set Initial View. And then if you turn around here, you should be able to see another hotspot that was automatically generated back out to the front over here. And so you can move in between those two spots. Now we'll go back inside. Now that we're back inside, we'll connect the final photo here by clicking Link Hotspot again, and we will add another hotspot over here. And then we will select this image as the one that it connects to, and we will save that hotspot. And now when we click the rocket button, we'll be taken over to that third and final photo. Again, you can reset the initial view. And sometimes the initial view setting can be a little bit jarring. So if you're, for instance, if you're moving from here back to the front right here, you'll see that it wasn't really a fluid motion because it's looking back at the front where we had set that initial view. And a little bit more advanced, but not that advanced aspect of the program is that you can go over here and you can change the navigation type. Right now it's set to initial view, so every time you go to a photo, it's going to automatically go to whatever the initial view is. Natural movement is just so it seems seamless as you're walking from one place to another. Wherever you're looking, it'll kind of guide you right in there. And hybrid is kind of a mix in between both of those. And I personally like to use hybrid on most things. And you'll see now that when I click here, the direction that I was facing is the exact same direction that it ends up in. And the final thing, just so you know how to use it, is the info spots, which is the exact same thing as a hotspot. Pretty much you just click on the screen. That'll prompt some things over here. You can change the icon based on what type of information you want on that info spot. You can add hyperlinks, you can add images, you can add videos. And for this example, I'll just quickly add an image here. We've got this nice image of some coffee, and we'll add that. And then we'll hit Save Info Spot. And then the same thing here. If you click on the little rocket that pops up, you'll be able to preview what happens. And you can see that there, whatever it is that you put in there, whether it's a video or text or a photo, will just pop up there whenever somebody's taking the tour. Now, basically the tour is done, and in order to publish it, to make it live on the internet, it's as simple as hitting this button right up here. So that will open up your tour. This is what people would see if they were just viewing your tour using the URL, and your tour is good and ready to go. So you can also share your tour from this little icon over here. That allows you to copy a URL so people would go straight to this landing page. You can also get the embed code here to paste it inside of a website or share it via social media or email. And to go back to your editor, you just hit your Edit Tour button right here. And now we're back in our editor, and that tour is live and ready to go. Now that you've created a custom tour, it's just as easy to get your Google tour uploaded by going down here in the right-hand corner and clicking on the little Google person here. So when you go here, it's gonna prompt you to create a Google tour. So you'll just hit Start Building, and then it's gonna ask you to authorize with your Google account. So you'll just log into whichever Google account you want to post the photos from. Then it's going to ask you to put in the address of the business. You can simply type in the name of the business or the actual address itself and then hit next. And then it will ask you which photos you want to use, which would just be the photos that you used in the previous build, which should already be selected. You can hit next steps and then you can start to connect your scenes. So when you first get in here, you'll see a little Google map over here with the location that you had selected, and you'll see your photos over here in the right-hand corner. So what you'll do is whichever one you want to start with, you just hit this plus button right here, and then that's going to load it up into the viewer here. And then you can take this over in the map and put it to roughly where it is in real life, which would be on the corner of this building here. And then what you have to do is set the north point so that Google can get oriented with all the photographs. So if you look here on the corner of this building, looking straight in this direction is where north is relatively. So that looks right about here. And in order to set your north point, you just hit this button right up here in the corner. And then our north point is now set. So once you've got your north point set, you can add your second photo just by going over and clicking plus. And then you can kind of orient this so that one of these scenes will move seamlessly into the other. And then you kind of have this little fader right here to kind of see what that would look like. You walk through the door and now you're on the inside. So that looks good to me. I'll hit this check button. And now we have our second location generated. So we can grab that and it's automatically made a connection between those 2 points. And I will place it just on the inside of this building here. And then I will point it in this direction, which was relatively the same direction as our other north point was, and we'll set our north point for that photo. Then we'll add our last photo by clicking plus, and we will aim this towards the front of the coffee shop, and then we'll put this one right about there, and that looks pretty good, so we'll just hit check right there. Then we'll take that one on our map and put it in the final location right here. And we will do the same thing with our north point by pointing it in this general direction and hitting set north. And now that we have all of our photos in and all of our north points set and everything is connected to each other, you just hit publish to Google Street View. And then you say, yes, I do want to publish, and then it would publish it. And remember, it takes about 48 hours for it to populate to Google, so you might not see it immediately. That doesn't mean it's not working. It just takes Google a little while to catch up to whenever you post things. Now, there are a couple of more advanced functionalities here. You can connect multiple photos to each other or add different levels if it's a multi-story building. But honestly, it takes just about the same amount of time as you've seen right here. It's pretty quick and easy, and that's all there is to it. Now, obviously, I was walking you through while building these tours, but it still took me less than 10 minutes to create both of these. And as you can see, the learning curve is not that steep. After 20 or 30 minutes, I feel like you can pretty much get a firm grasp on both of these builders and become pretty proficient. And even with 10 or 20 photos, it still takes almost no time at all. It's pretty simple. And the coolest thing about this is that if you are making tours for businesses, you can sell custom tours, you can sell Google tours, or you can sell both, and it takes very little extra time for you, and they basically get double the value, so it's just a win-win for everybody involved. Now, I hope this video was helpful for you on your virtual tour journey. Like I said before, if you're interested in learning more, there's tons more info on the Cloudpano website and on their YouTube channel if you want to take a deeper dive. For now, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.